What's up, everyone? Thank you for listening to what is currently called The Jada Show, sponsored by Carolina Entertainment. I am your host, Jada Montana, and I discuss topics that are relevant to you. So stay tuned and subscribe to this podcast to hear more topics from me. I want to start by thanking Ira for allowing me and my team to use the Maximus Music Studio to make this podcast happen. Today, I am here with my friend, Joseph Isiah,
Yeah.
whom I know by networking with local artists here in Charlotte. I'll let him introduce us, or introduce himself to us. But Joseph, yes, tell us who you are. Are you single? Give us your Instagram name. Tell us all that.
I don't know about one of them questions.
All right, tell us
But
something.
my name is Joseph Isiah.
Okay.
Really, I'm just an all-around artist. I DJ. I'm an engineer. I make music. I'm an actor. A whole bunch of different stuff. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, you can find me at CEO.JOSEPH. I have a couple other pages as well, so you follow that page and you'll see everything else I got going on.
Okay, cool, excellent. All right. Now, I did have my friend Deja Nicole Landon was supposed to join us today, but she is a little bit under the weather. We are taking that very serious, especially with all that's going on with the pandemic. We are sending Nicole Landon well wishes.
For sure.
Excellent. All right. Now, Joseph.
What's up?
It seems that since the beginning of 2020, the world has been greatly impacted by what is called the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
The virus is said to have started in a fish market in China, and it was in the city of Wuhan. And the virus has spread throughout the countries, including the U.S., and it got all of us in the house on quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
How are you holding up during the quarantine right now? Because I miss outside.
Oh, for sure. I definitely miss like social interactions, things of that nature. But I consider myself like the ultimate optimist. So I've really been enjoying it. I've been taking this time to really just study myself, hone in on my crafts, work on different business plans, put things into action, just really plot and plan. I feel like that's what this time is for.
Okay. Yeah, true. Absolutely. So I think I've pretty much been doing the same. I have been doing a lot of chilling. I am one of those people who are, oh God, I'm just still so blessed to be working from home. I know a lot of
Facts.
people have been affected by that as far as their income goes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been able to work from home. I've been spending a lot of time on myself. I've been eating up all my quarantine snacks.
Right.
So I go to the grocery store, I mean, at least twice a week because I'm just, and it's like, it was at one point I had to say, it was one point I had sat down. I made 2 hot dogs, right? You know, I put them in the frying pan. That's when they're good. When you got to, I split them open down the middle, and then you put it open. That's when it's good.
Oh, you get legit with it. Okay.
Yeah, and so when you put your ketchup and mustard on, it goes
right
through the middle. Okay, when
That's
you
smart.
fold it up.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna start listening to that. I'm gonna take that.
Come on now. So I cooked 2 that was so good that I had to cook 2 more afterwards. And I mean, I just
that's
was
how
in
it
there.
be though.
It's
It
like
just hits
that.
your taste buds just right. Like, yeah, I need some more of that.
I was ashamed. Let me tell you, I was so ashamed. I just been eating up everything. So I just got to the point where I'm like, I'm gonna make healthier choices when it comes to eating because it's like you can either come out of this quarantine one or 2 ways. People are gonna come out one or 2 ways of this quarantine. They're gonna come out thick and. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people started out are like me eating their quarantine snacks, or a lot of people are really honing into their health right now. They really focused on eating right, working out inside of their homes. I know a lot of people are doing that right now just to kind of, I think this is the best time to kind of take a break from the distractions of everything that was going on. I mean, under the unfortunate circumstances, of course. But I think, this really just gets rid of the distractions people have, and they can really get in tune with the things that they have been wanting to do.
Absolutely.
Right, and haven't been able to. Now, there have been a few artists to drop music during the quarantine.
Yes,
now, who I've been listening to kind of help me just kind of get through, or who I've just been turning up to in my home. I love the Doja Cat Say So song. I don't know if you know that song.
I'm familiar with her, but not that specific song.
Why don't you say so? I love that song. Then I like the Megan Thee Stallion Captain Hook. Come on now. You know that?
I do.
Okay. Who's an artist or what's some songs you've been listening to during the quarantine?
Aside from myself, Definitely my collective. I work with a group of very talented artists, so I listen to a lot of them. Denver Tajare, she's
Okay.
a singer. Rolly, Q-Fay, everybody. Ray the Second. But as far as like mainstream that the audience may know as of right now, of course, the baby just dropped his project. I've been getting lit to that in the
Indeed.
house. Ari Lennox is always a go-to. I love chill music too. Ari Lennox, Blaq Zach. Future is always a go-to.
Okay.
Yeah, just any and everything.
Okay, getting lit in the house by yourself. What
You
that
feel
look
me?
like?
Got to.
Tell me what that look like. Tell the folks what that look like when Joseph Isaiah is getting lit in the house by herself.
When I'm lit in the house, I'm lit in the house by myself. I be DJing, so I have a whole party just in the crib, whole session. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's lit music, good vibes. Might have a little something to sip on here and there.
Okay, I was gonna ask that. You gotta have that something to sip on.
Might have a little something to sip on.
Okay, what you been sipping on for the quarantine?
Oh, I like wine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I rock with the wine. It's smooth. I don't get too out of my element.
Sophisticated nigga.
A little something like that. Something like that.
Okay, and you did mention Denver. Now I did just hear her song "Side Chick" not too long ago.
Yes.
So I think she has a nice voice. I like that. You guys have done music together, right?
Yes, we have a lot of music together.
Yeah, I definitely like that Side Chick song. I also like a song I heard from you. I think that you just dropped a Madden 04.
Yeah, that's my jam. That's my jam right there.
Tell me a little bit about that Madden 04.
Right. So that song, that's really just a song. Like it's motivational for me. Like I listen to a lot of hustler music. So when it came time for me to make music, I really just followed the lane that I've already been listening to. Like it's one of those tracks where like if you riding around, you getting you some money. Like now it's time to show what that bag do.
Yeah,
you
know
was
talking your
like,
shit. I heard you.
Yeah, it's one of them type songs. Like you riding around getting some money, or even if you just down bad, you not feeling the best. It uplifts you, it uplifts your spirits. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, it's one of them type of tracks.
I definitely heard that. You know that run that bag up like Michael Vick.
You feel me?
I also heard you say raised by a queen. I don't move like you niggas.
For sure.
Tell me what you meant by that.
For sure. Raised by a queen. I don't move like you niggas. I was raised in a single parent household. My mother and my brother. And my mother is a very strong woman. She played both roles for sure. They say a woman can't raise a man, but she did her thing.
Yes.
So like with me being raised by a woman, it's just certain things that like just come natural for me that just I peep just in general. Like I just move totally different because being raised by a woman. You know what I'm saying? Her having to do it by herself, like just seeing her, she was the first example of somebody that like just no matter what happens, I'm gonna make something happen, I'm gonna make something shake. You know what I'm saying? Because not having both parents in that household, that can be tough on one person. Oof. When it comes to income, just, you know what I'm saying? And like she raised 2 boys, so that's not the easiest thing. So just following her example, like, I move different because of that. Just seeing what she did, she's that example. So I don't move like these niggas. You feel me?
Well, shout out to Mom. That's for sure. I definitely enjoyed that. So, let's just talk, Joseph.
Let's talk then. Talk to me.
All right. So according to a USA Today's article, 100 things to do while stuck inside due to a pandemic. People can entertain themselves with things such as watching long movies, texting your ex, and looking at pictures of puppies. That's actually funny because I look at pictures all day of puppies. I actually heard that like puppies are a thing now during the pandemic. So I'm definitely stuck with that. What's some good Netflix things that you've watched?
Oh,
give me some stuff.
I'm not a big TV watcher, but like when it comes to Netflix, I got a couple shows that I dabble in. Black Lightning has been my thing. Like I've finished the whole thing. I tried not to binge. I be trying to limit it to like maybe 2 episodes at a time or whatever. But Black Lightning for sure. I like watching movies I've already seen before because I feel like I be peeping different stuff. So like Paid in Full, of course.
Oh, that's my movie too.
Yeah.
I can watch Paid in Full back to back. Like I love Paid in Full. Oh my God, that's such a good movie to me.
And I like documentaries too, like animals and stuff like that. So I'll be watching like documentaries on lions and shit like that, and just something random.
Okay, so then you seen that Tiger King then?
Yes, I started that too. that threw me for a little loop.
Okay.
I ain't finished it yet, so you know what I'm saying. Okay. Don't spoil it for me.
I ain't gonna spoil it for you, but you started it. You said.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Very interesting.
What about Ozark?
I have not. Somebody was telling me about that, but I think it's about that time. Is it good?
It is good. Okay, so now I was on season 1 and season 2 when it first came out. See, season 3 had just dropped. Okay, but Netflix kind of irks me. I'm gonna be honest because they wait so long to drop some shit that I don't low key forgot I know the gist, but the little details in between I feel like I'm gonna need to know for season 3. I'm lost on that, so it makes me. I started it just a little bit, but I was already like, okay, I don't want to ruin it for myself because it was lit. Now that was like some drug shit that I enjoyed. White people, windy and shit. I kind of like that, seeing the move with the mafia and all of that. So, but I think I'm gonna need to go back and do a recap on season 1 and season 2, just to really get good into season 3. I don't want to ruin it for myself. Okay.
I'm gonna definitely check that out.
Okay, well that's what's up then. What's the first thing you're gonna do when the quarantine is over?
What's the first thing? I'm trying to perform somewhere, man. I've been staying sane and doing good about everything else, but that's one thing I miss the most is performing. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to get on somebody's stage.
I know that's right. And I've seen you perform a couple times. Again, I've said that I know Joseph through networking with local artists here, and I've seen some performances really good, very lively. Like, yes, definitely. Tell us about God Flows then, because you said that I know that this is a thing that you have created, artists perform, maybe some spoken word. Give me a little bit more about God Flows.
Yes, God Flows Entertainment is a collective of very dope, very talented individuals. We do music, we do modeling, photography, we have dancers in our collective. Just any and everything. It's a hub for artists to get together, hone in on their crafts, and just progress and move to the next level.
Okay, so just a bunch of talent then.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. Absolutely. Let's see. Now, I've also heard that a lot of people. Well, you didn't answer a question for me.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go back.
Oh. What's the question?
So, first. Are you or are you not single? I'm asking that because I want to answer this question, but I need to know that first.
I am single.
Yay! Single Joseph is single, ladies. Did you hear that? Joseph is out here. He's very handsome, too, by the way, if I can.
Thank you.
Now,
you beautiful yourself.
Thank you. Watch yourself.
Oh.
Now, they said that online dating has definitely increased because of this pandemic. Are you into any online dating? You've been talking to, you ain't got to give us no specifics, but what them DMs look like now? Because I know they jumping with this. Can't nobody get out the house.
Online dating is a no-go for me. I'm a face-to-face type of guy.
I know that's right.
And if I do have DMs, it's about, like, the stuff I do, like music and stuff like that. I don't get into too much of that.
Okay.
But yeah, online dating is a no-go for me. I need to talk to you face-to-face, look in your eyes. You feel me?
I know that's right. Ladies, he said them DMs is about business only. So if you catch him out here in the streets, that's the best time to shoot your shot.
Yeah, because I don't like to text. So ain't no point in us, doing the online dating thing. Because after a couple I feel like I got a 4 text maximum. After that, you got to call me.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
For real.
So that's actually funny that you mentioned that because me and my homegirl was talking the other day about how people can't take hints.
That's a fact.
When it comes to dating, stuff like that, like it's good to know that you're not one of them niggas that's gonna what's up you to death because it's like we talk about how you might give your number to somebody and it's like maybe we shouldn't do that knowing we're not gonna really communicate with them, so we wrong, okay? And we'll admit that.
Yeah, y'all do be doing that. Like, my homegirls be telling me, like, yeah, I gave this nigga my number, but I'm not going to text him, da-da-da-da. I'm like, damn, why you waste his time? Because in his head, he thinking he finna slide. Like, y'all finna go on a date or something. Like,
facts.
Y'all ain't got to do him like that.
But it's like, even if, it's like, I feel like after that third, what's up, and you don't get nothing back.
No, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
It shouldn't even be no third what's up, though.
Come on now.
Shouldn't be no third what's up. That's his fault. Because he can't keep your interest. That's his fault on that one. Now, if y'all just giving niggas your number and then just ghosting them, that's on you. But if you give him your number, you give him a shot, and he just, what's up? What you doing? What's up? What you doing? Now, okay, cool. He deserves to get left on red.
Exactly. And you know what?
I can stand by that. Some people might get mad at me for that, but nah, that's a fact. So
absolutely.
That part ain't on y'all. That part.
Okay. Well, that's what's up then. That's good. But, like, Yeah, that's crazy. A lot of people can't take hints out here when it comes to dating. But you know what, women, we should do a lot better at we I wonder why we do that. I know my homegirl has said that she's giving somebody their number because she felt, sorry for him.
What?
She ain't want him to feel like,
What?
oh, he was sweet. You know what I'm saying? So
What? No.
I know it's wrong.
Y'all be wildin'.
Yeah, we be wilding. So, I done had some niggas cuss me out before too behind that. Like, niggas get really in their feelings. They do not like rejection. I'm not the only one, because I have spoken to some females. Like, a nigga will reject, never to my face. Let's be clear, because I don't ever think they ever bold. They ain't that bold, but niggas will get real salty with rejection and do stuff like, oh, fuck you then, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't talk to black girls.
Oh no. Oh no.
Swear to God.
Oh no.
They definitely do that.
Oh
Swear to God.
no.
So, yep, absolutely.
That's
all right.
tough.
Well, let's see. Do you have anything that you would like to add or talk about to conclude in the first episode of our podcast? I think we did good today. This is me and Joseph's first episode today. We're going to keep it short and sweet, just kind of break the ice, let you guys know what this is about. We think the world wants to hear our opinions. Joseph, do you want to add anything in the conclusion of this?
The only thing I would add in conclusion of this would be a question for you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you being a young melanated woman, young queen, you feel me? How do you feel like, because you seem to have your head on straight. You feel me? Like, you seem to just be just in the right direction. Just you good. You always, every time I see you in good spirits, you feel me? So do you have any advice for somebody that may not be in that headspace? You know what I'm saying? What would you tell somebody that's like, that may seem lost, or just, you know what I'm saying, they don't have that inner peace. They don't have that same cool demeanor that you have. What would you tell them?
Great question. I was just speaking with somebody about this morning, actually. So when it comes to things like this, I feel like you have to make a choice. Anything that you do that you want to see progress in your life, you're going to have to make a choice about it. You get what I mean? So if you want to be a healthier person, you have to make that choice to eat healthier. Every day is not going to be easy, and you're not going to want to do it, but it's about making that choice to do it. Same thing, when you're in a space or when you're feeling low, when you feel like you are suffering with depression, and I know a lot of people that have, and a lot of people do, and they just don't speak about it, especially being in the Black community, because we already know how that goes. We bottle up everything. We smoke weed. We, you know what I'm saying? That's our therapist. So it is a lot of depression in the Black community. And we have to first start by noticing, you feel me, that this isn't the way that we want to be. We don't, because a lot of people like pity parties. I guess, to be honest, for a while I did, because I didn't really know how to pull myself up out of the slump that I was in. This was a while ago. But you have to kind of make that conscious choice every day. When you have a bad thought about yourself, if you have something negative that you're thinking about yourself, you have to, instead of mellow in that thought, you have to change that thought to something positive. So do the opposite of that, because I would let my negative thoughts kind of consume me as if it was, who I was. If something came to my head, if I got something wrong, and I would tell myself I was stupid, and I would believe it, And I'm not saying that those thoughts still don't come. To be honest, we can't really control our thoughts. They just come. But when they do, we can always replace them with something positive, but you have to be willing to do that, and you have to make sure that you make that choice to do that.
Facts.
And
that's a fact.
You might not experience change right in the beginning, but just like when you're eating healthy, you might not experience change right in the beginning, but over time, progress and all of that, you begin to see some changes. You'll begin to see a better you. So keep your head up. Make those positive choices about, yourself, or keep those thoughts very positive about yourself. If anything, don't beat yourself up. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
The world does that. So don't beat yourself up. What about you, though? I'm interested in.
Me?
What would you say?
I stay prayed up. I mind my business. You know what I'm saying? I have a great relationship with God. So all of that just keep me cool. I don't see no trouble, anything like that. I don't see no stress or anything like that. I don't feel stress, none of that. I just be chilling. I look at everything as, like I said earlier, I'm the ultimate optimist. So I look at everything as just something to build off of. My motto, you're gonna hear me say it a million times, is pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah.
So when it comes to anything I deal with in life, I just feel like it's there for a reason, and that reason is to cultivate me,
Yeah.
and to make me better, to make me a diamond. You feel me? So I can shine for others to see, for others to be inspired by. So that's what I do to stay me.
I think the most important thing that you said too is that you have that good relationship with God. And we're not going to get too preachy here, but I just do want everybody to know how important that is when it comes to inner peace, because you can't depend on temporary things. Even the people in your life are temporary.
Mm-hmm.
We're all flawed. We all sin. We all have selfish ways. We are all just human. So we can't even expect the people who are closest to us to never disappoint us. You know,
Right.
you need to put your trust into something. Your trust and your validation into something that is gonna always be, and that's God. So, with that being said, I definitely agree with that. That peace of mind, I feel like that comes from having that relationship. So that's good that you have that.
For sure.
Absolutely. Well, with all of that being said, I just want to thank you again,
Thank
Joseph,
you.
for coming through today and
Thank
blessing my
you.
first podcast episode. I want to thank Ira again for allowing me and my team to use the Maximus Music Studio to make this podcast happen. So this has been a very dope experience, and I'm already excited for the next episode.
Yes.
Thank you so much again, Joseph.
Thank
Y'all
you.
make sure that you're staying home, washing your hands, and being considerate to those that you live with, because we are ready
Absolutely.
to go back outside, right?
Yes. Yes, it's
Okay.
about that time.
Absolutely. Now, thank you guys for listening to what is currently called The Jada Show. Subscribe and stay tuned for the next episode. We out. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Later. Like that, then I should stop it and hit stop.